Hey everyone, how you doing? I hope you're doing great. I am Lady Calamere. I am so glad you are back. And if you found this channel, hail and welcome. So glad to see you. So get comfortable because I am doing my 253rd presentation and it will be on the Slavic god Svarog. Svarog, who is he? Well, he is the god born from Rod. Where the... Oh, there's my drink. So he is born of the great Rod, who was, in many Slavic traditions, the beginning. So out from the great Rod comes Svarog, and Rod told Svarog to make creation. And so Svarog did so. This is not standing right. Sorry guys. For some reason, this is not centered right. There we go. So Svarog, depending on where the Slavic nation is, because different tribes and of Slavs would view Svarog in a different way. So in the Eastern Slavs and in Russia, among the ancient pagans there, Svarog held a great place of importance. He was seen as the great god, of course, after Rod, but he was seen and worshipped and viewed greatly. Now, towards the Western and Southern Slavs, Svarog, even though he's a god, was put on a back burner or an afterthought and wasn't held in high regard as the other gods like Dashborg and Perun. But in the Eastern and Russian, he is looked upon greatly. Now there are scholars who say they doubt the existence of Svarog, but you talk to a Slavic even today, especially where they're from, they're going to say Svarog is real. And he is real. He is a living god. He's a god that is worshipped. Right, Max? Oh, see? Lord Maximus says. Yep. And now is he asking for blessings of Svarog? I mean, he is a cat. I mean, cats just think they own everything. But anyways, Svarog during the Christian times, he became pretty much the devil. Or just a fire demon. Now, this has nothing to do with the Nazi swastika. The Nazis, as we know, perverted everything. And here's his another symbol of him. And there's also another one that is not on here. This comes from Belarus. And his name is written Svarog. And the native, using the native letters. And here he is with his job. He was, when comparing to the Greeks, they compared him to Hephaestus. And in the Romans, he's compared to Vulcan, but they are not the same god. And I guess that can make it easier for you for some of the duties that this guy does. However, they are not the same god. Svarog was pictured as an elderly man with long white flowing hair, a long mustache and beard. Sort of like looking almost like the Christian God. You know, an elderly man with long white hair and a beard. But this God is the God of the forge. So I know. Come on, baby boo. Maximus. Lord Maximus. Well, he is named after a Roman Caesar, so he does own everything. He's the emperor of the house. Oh. So Svarog, is he approachable? Yep. He's good for those who are coming towards paganism and magic. He is the creator God. And he did a lot for the humans. But how did he begin his creation? Well, there was said to be a duck that was carrying a special magical stone called the Alatir stone. Svarog was said to somehow make it bigger. Either way, depending on the story, whether it was the same size or he made it bigger. He took his mighty hammer of the forge, his sledgehammer, and struck it, and out came sparks. And out of these sparks became gods and goddesses. And with this power, he created the sun, who became Dashbog. He created so many gods. So Dashbog becomes the god of the sun, of course. And he created out of the darkness light. Let there be light. And Svarog made it. So let there be creation. Now, the duck wasn't all too happy with this. So he turned himself into a mighty serpent, or maybe some say even dragon. And this one god of fire was no match. The gods were at this point needed a hero. This great serpent, this dragon, brought from order to chaos, and he wanted to swallow all of creation and bring back darkness. The only god fit for this, and this sounds like, right, Zeus fighting Typhon, right? Well, the only god that could be mighty enough to fight this serpent was Svarog. So Svarog had a magnanimous task upon his hand. He fought a great titanic battle. He fought against the serpent and won, and brought back order. The light fighting the darkness. He kept order and light and creation safe. Now, among especially the southern western Svarog, they say he went into indolence and, let his children take over. But I don't see him. I see him more of the way the Western Slavs see him. I mean, why would I buy a statue of him if I did not see him as greatness? So, let's get on what he did. Svarog taught the humans how to give fire and taught them how. He's the one that taught them how to use fire. He's the one that taught the humans to boil water. He's the one who taught the humans how to cook and even make a food that you can give him called cottage cheese. He's the one that taught humans how to preserve order. And he taught the humans, the mortals, how to fight and how to go against ignorance, or as we say today, evil and bad, and to fight against bad things. Oh, I'm sorry, I got him. I want to show you a symbol of Svarog, and that's what I'm looking up. Hang on. One of the symbols of Svarog. Of Svarog. Here it is. This is one of the symbols I wanted to show you. So, one of his symbols is this. This is another one of his symbols. So let's go back and look at here is, and it the four, you see the fire coming out of this, and this represents the fire of creation, and it represents order, belief or faith, justice, and creation. Here are the hands of Svarog. What is it, baby? You want to talk about Svarog too? So, and another one. Let's put this thing away before I end up going on Facebook and talk to you guys while I'm on Facebook. Yeah, some of my friends know I do that. And it really helps me sometimes with you know, my nerves and concentration, believe it or not. But maybe if I move the camera. There we go. So, Svarog, his element is fire, though some have also, especially, its maybe second element is water, but definitely fire. He's the god of the forge, so also the anvil and the sledgehammer is also his symbols. So the earliest reference that I could find, I guess, in scholarly reference, is in the 15th century codex called the, oh, what is it? Hypatian, I almost said Hypatia, Hypatian Codex. So, anyways, Svarog is a god who helps with civilization. He taught people how to be civil. His wife is Lada, and I'll get into her. Some believe they mistake the name as Lada because of the songs dealing with love and fertility. But I do have a statue of Lada. So, and I see her as a goddess, and Lada is his wife, and of course he with his son Perun also, he helps his son Perun against Veles, who I talked about. And Perun, yes, I have a statue of him, so I will also be doing a presentation on him. Svar, so people believe that his name is derived from the Vedic word, the Sanskrit word, Svar, which means to shine or glow, and Svarg meaning heaven. So some people believe that this god's name is also a loan word from Iranian rather than Sanskrit. However, he is the shining god of the sky, and where Perun, one part of heaven, the lower part of heaven, our skies and atmosphere of our planet is ruled by Perun, but above that, in space, is Svarog's jurisdiction. Really? You... Max, you're such a character. Cute. Do you want to go out and explore? Let's see if it's safe for you. Oh, there's Mew Mew's not in town. Don't you want to stay here, mister? Lord Maximus wants to explore, but sometimes Mew Mew gets bitchy about it, so... And the Joker just doesn't like Max at times. So, yeah. Well, anyways. Svarog. What was I going to say? Max, you're throwing me off. I'm so sorry. So, Svarog is good to use in protection. He will protect the home. He will protect the family. He will protect your pets. He is a god to help remove the evil eye. He is a god to defend against curses and the wicked. He's a god to use against bullies. So if those who are bullying you, whether on the internet or anything else, he's a god to use to protect. I mean, if it gets to a point, please go to the police or contact some authority, or if you're a child, contact the school, contact a teacher, whatever, your parents. But he is a god to use against those who want to be unjust. Again, he is a God of justice and order, a God of faith and creation. So he will help you create your safe space, your safe, and I'm not saying like a safe space, go to the corner and suck your thumb. I'm talking about to feel safe. What? You want to go out and play? So I gotta keep an eye on Maximus and make sure Sir Mew is not anywhere near him, because the last owners of Lord Maximus thought it was a good idea to declaw him. Declawing is horrible. And anyways, Svarog is a great protector of the family, of the clan, of the tribe. So, anyways, Svarog is a warrior. He uses his power to create, not basically through spell work, but through work. And of course, he's a god, but he is also a skillful warrior. And his favorite people, of course, are blacksmiths. And he really, Cat? So Savog, I learned about him back in around 2010, 2011. I started learning about this god. And I could never find a statue, and I actually found an artist who sells on Amazon. So he is one of the oldest gods. He is pretty much a primordial god. And not only does he deal with order around our world, but also celestial cosmic order. So Vogue brings forth life. And Svarog is seen holding various symbols. Like here, you see him with a hammer and forge. Sometimes he holds the cross of Svarog, and it comprises of a non-Nazi like swastika motif. Nothing to do with hate. And also it represents, that symbol represents the solar power, the solar energy, and the eternal cycle of life, death, and reincarnation. He is a god who, and again, he's very primordial, so he is a god that did a lot for humans. I mean, he is the one that helped us to evolve. He is the one that gave us the tools and the know-how. He's the one that helped humans to be separated from animals. We still are animals, but we're the only animals that know how to use fire. So, Svarog Is that you, Max? You hear that slurping? So over time, he does sit back and he doesn't take center stage. He allows his children to take center stage. And he doesn't do it because he's forced. He does it as a choice, not because he was forced. And he is crucial in the creation of the three worlds, the heavens, the earth, and the underworld, right? Svarog, things to offer Svarog. How long have I been talking about it? Cream cheese, cottage cheese, of course. A good vodka, or any vodka. Vodka is good. A good strong drink. Beer. Things that are connected to what he does, the hammer. You can give him a sledgehammer, an anvil. You can give him a candle, a fire to represent him. But also think of, you can give him, in these modern days, chocolate, something sweet, bread, hearty bread, a hearty stew, apples, dried fruit, apples and fruit, any type of fruit. Sorry, apples were the first thing that came in my mind, but different fruit. You can give him nice things that an older man in your family would like well, let's just say you can perfume him with cologne, his statue. Of course, incense. I would pick more of a masculine, more of a like a patchouli incense for him, or a musk incense, of course, cruelty-free musk. Sandalwood is a good idea, or a thicker smelling incense. You can also give him a stone, like a very lattice-like stone, to represent the Alatir stone that he hit with his hammer to create. He's also a father, so you in the modern days can worship him on Father's Day and honor him when Father's Day comes around. I mean, we're past Father's Day now, but when it comes around again, you could think of Svarog as the great patriarch, or the father. And when I say patriarch, I don't mean a putting down women. When I say the matriarch, I don't mean putting down men. I mean being a good father, being a good male, being a good God. And no, he is not the devil, and he is not a demon. And he is a living God. He is not was or used to be. He is a real living God. You can pray to him every day. He's more of the God of the light. So you can put little lights around his altar to make it really cool and give him light. You could put images of the sun and the earth, and you could give him something that you made, even something that you made, whether it's a fruit salad or something that even you created, to show, well, you created things for me, now I create something for you. Even if it's a Rice Krispie square, I kid you not. You can mix seeds together, make a little, or a cereal together, mix some cereals together, put some seeds, put some nuts, put some fruit, and give it to Svarog and say, look what I have created for you, Father. As you taught us how to feed ourselves, now I feed you. I give back to you. And you can ask him for something. He's a good God to help with abundance and even fertility. He's a good God to help you move up in life. He's a good God to help you get that promotion, or to feel uplifted when you feel down. When you feel at your lowest, you can ask Svarog to help you fight that demon, that serpent, that dragon that is trying to bring you down into the lower realms of chaos. So when you feel that you have been put down, maybe you can visualize that enemy that has been after you as the serpent and ask Svarog to do it. But if you're going after someone who is innocent, who didn't do anything to you, and you're trying to view that person as a serpent, understand that Svarog is not stupid. His energy is not dumb. Okay? He will help you. I mean, he taught people how to organize an army. Okay? This is not just some God who taught, hey, just do this punch, do that punch, and do that kick. No. He taught humans basically martial arts, how to fight as a warrior. You know, not to sucker punch someone. So he taught us the shield and the sword. He's also the God who taught people how to use iron. So think of putting a container of iron filings around him, or put a hammer. If you can't find a sledgehammer, that's fine. You could put a hammer there. You can give him that. So he's the one who taught us iron. Okay? He will help you to fight the good fight and keep order in your life. So when things are going chaotic and haywire, you can ask this God to help you. Svarog is a hard worker. He's not lazy. Yes, he sits back and lets his sons take over, but that doesn't mean he's lazy. So he's the one that created the moon, the stars, the earth, the sun. The sun is a star. He forged the celestial bodies. He's forged creation. So he is fire is the prominent element that is connected to Svarog, and he is the elemental force of transformation. He transforms things. He will transform. He's like taking a piece of metal and giving it to the blacksmith and making a great sword with it. He transforms base things into what they can be. So we can look at us as becoming from unawakened human to a spiritual being, to forge ourselves into something better, to be more human than human. Like, that's more human than human. No, but seriously, to become spiritually enlightened and awakened, to become spiritually better than what you were before, to become self-realized, and to help you decide whether you want to go and continue to incarnate, or to incarnate into something higher, or to go something on a higher spiritual level. That's what Svarog can do. He is a god of wisdom. He's a god of intelligence. He's the god who you're not gonna outsmart him. Okay? Even the serpent who he fought could not beat him. So I showed you the Kolovrat, the cross of Svarog. And Svarog can help you on this journey of life. You see his name written. So Max, are you okay, Lord Maximus? So, Svarog is a god that can help you create things in your life too. He can help you build your life up. So thinking about building up your resume, thinking about building a future, he can help you. You know how they say, what, the 5-year plan, where will you be in 5 years? You can ask Svarog to help you with that. Now, he has become more of a, I guess, a passive sky god, depending on where you are in the Slavic nations. And there's not a lot of modern chronicles about him, but yes, if you ask a Slavic pagan, they will say he existed. And I forgot to dedicate this to someone. Sorry, I gotta go on Facebook, and I want to dedicate this to my friend Belobog, who passed away this year. I want to get his whole name out that he had written on Facebook, because I want to dedicate it to him. I want to say his name right. Belobog Ra Aristeus. aka Odysseus Eastar. He passed away, and I want to dedicate this to him because he was Slavic too. So definitely, and he was a very good and kind person. He really was a wonderful person to talk to over Messenger, and I never got to meet him in this life. I'll meet him in the afterlife. And I just want to say I miss you, buddy. So, Svarog can help you build your life together. He can help you build your life with someone else. And he can help you make sense of things when things are going crazy. Max, come up here. So he is he's a god around celebrated around December 22nd, I would say, right where his festivals were, depending on the Slavic, but right around December 22nd. So, anyways, what else do I want to talk about? His children, which he had many. Like Svarog, and there's another god of fire that he gave birth to. So Svarog had Perun. He had many different children. And he does work well with Perun when he helps Perun with the problems with Velis. And of course, I do discuss who Velis is in my other presentation, and I do have a statue to him. So, what happened to the snake? He, in some stories, Svarog, well, he grabs the tongue of the snake, and he tames it so that he may plow the fields, and sending his minions to the underworld, which he fights the minions of the snake, but also he defeats the snake. So anyways, I hope that you learned a little bit about Svarog. If you work at the forge, you can dedicate it to Svarog, as that's his place. So places like the forge is sacred to him. Anything to do with the tools of forging, you can put on his altar. So he is also a god that will bless anything that came from that you just made from the forge. So anyways, that's basically what I wanted to talk to you and teach about of the primordial god Svarog. There's so much to learn about him. And he's also another thing he's also a patron of the labor force. He's a patron of work. He's a patron of people who work still with manpower, and he is, if you labor in the fields, or if you are a construction worker, he's a god of that too. He's also a god of protector, not only a god of warriors, but also a god of the family. He protects the family. He protects the family unit. So whether it's two mothers or two fathers, or a mother and father, or maybe you're a single parent, and you have several children, or you're living with your parents, with your children. It doesn't matter. It's a family unit. He is and will protect it. So most commonly, people see Svarog as part of a trinity. We just love our trinities, don't we? And a trinity of the creator god, Trigalov, which is Trigalov, Perun, and Doshborg. Which I will eventually do one on Doshborg in Perun. Don't worry about that. So he also deals with manual labor. He's also in some legends described Svarog with a god with 4 faces, each face representing a direction. So in some statues you will see Svarog with 4 facing 4 different directions with 4 faces. He protects against misfortune and bad luck. So you can wear the hammer of Svarog to symbolize strength and power. Sort of like Mjolnir of Thor. Hammer, which also will protect you. So he also offers goodwill, and he also brings calmness and peace. That Svarog will guide you through the cycle and the changes of your life. He is the shining God of heaven. So also another thing what Christianity did, not only take Svarog and make him a demon, a fire demon, or the devil, or a big big demon, whatever. Some of the things that Svarog did was replaced by Saint Damien and Saint Cosmos, as well as Saint Michael the Archangel. So those are some of his attributes were replaced by, again, these saints: Saint Cosmos, Saint Michael the Archangel, and Saint Damien. Anyways, I do hope that I introduced you to a new God, and those who know about this God, I hope I did him some justice. And I am so glad you were here. I'm so glad that Lord Maximus was here and he showed his beautiful face. So anyways, I hope you do great in life. And if you do good, I hope Svarog helps you to do good. And I do not have a Patreon account, so as payment to me, please subscribe to my channel and give me a like. To me, that's like currency, even though I don't make money from this. Okay, so the money that you were going to give to me, and as much as I love money, hey, if you know me, say, here, I like your presentations, here's a few dollars, I'll take it. But otherwise, I'm not going to be putting out my link or anything right now for money or anything like that. So if you know me personally, you want to give me money, go ahead. But otherwise, take that money and give it to a charity that helps the earth. Give it to a charity that helps you people to help find a cure for cancer. Give it to, a diabetes foundation that helps, to find a cure for diabetes. And, or give it to St. Jude's Hospital, or Make-A-Wish, or give that money to animal, like North Shore Animal League, ASPCA, the RSPCA, the Shy Wolf Foundation, the Big Cat Rescue, the Big Cat Rescue. So give your money to that. Thank you so much. And another way to pay me is to share this video with your friends and family and all your internet handles and everything, and on Facebook. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys, since you're so awesome, for staying here this long. And as always, blessed be.